Welcome to sunny Darwin. I'm Andrew Van Leeuwen from Motorsport Network, and this is the Repco Rundown. As you can probably tell, it is going to be a warm one here in the top end, with temperatures forecast in the low to mid-30s across the race weekend. And that means for the first time since the season opener in Newcastle back in March, driver cooling is going to be on the table. It's going to be a discussion point. Now, in Newcastle, we saw some issues with these Gen 3 cars. Some drivers, like Shane Van Gisbergen, complaining about getting hot feet. But the major issue that we really saw was drivers like David Reynolds and Will Brown really suffering in the effects of the heat. In fact, David Reynolds said it was one of the worst experiences he has ever had in a race car, trying to get through Saturday's race. Now, their teams, Grove Racing and Erebus Motorsport, have made some changes this weekend to try and improve the driver cooling situation. They both use what's called the chill-out system. That's an electric system. That will now be bolstered with an additional dry ice system to feed the helmet fan. Now, that's what Triple Eight, which also uses the chill-out system, used in Newcastle. Temporarily illegally, if you remember, they got disqualified, the two Triple Eight Camaros, from the first race there for having that dry ice radiator illegally mounted. I'm sure all the teams this time around will know exactly when to mount it, but it will be fascinating to see if it helps improve the cabin temperatures for those teams using the chill-out system. The cabin temperatures in these Gen 3 cars is still a bit of a question mark because, as I mentioned, we've only had one hot round. Since that Newcastle opener, we've been to places like Melbourne, like Tasmania, like Perth, which at this time of year is quite cool and mild. So this will be a fresh test for these cars. We're still not 100% sure how their cabin temperatures are. Some teams report that they are lower than the Gen 2 cars. Other teams report that they are higher. There was some playing around with heat shielding in Newcastle. So that will be one of the more interesting focal points across this Darwin Triple Crown weekend. This weekend is also the official Indigenous round for supercars, and the teams this year have done a fantastic job of embracing the concept and rolling out some absolutely brilliant looking liveries. And if you are trackside this weekend, make sure you come and check out the Pit Stop Challenge and the Repco fleet.